On May 30th, the White House released significantly more detail on its budget request for the 2026 fiscal year. You'll recall it was in early May that the White House released what was called a skinny budget with the promise to send more detail later. And lawmakers were hesitant to move forward without first hearing from the president on what his priorities were for spending and cuts. And now they have more detail, about 1,200 pages of recommendations from the White House. But it's still not the full budget. This budget detail that was released at the end of May did not include information on Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security programs. Now, the White House budget is essentially a recommendation to Congress on discretionary funding for 2026, the priorities and targets for cuts, like we said. It gives Congress information it needs for lawmakers to draft the annual government funding bills. And the House Appropriations Committee feels like they have enough information to start moving forward. They say they're on track to release 12 government funding bills throughout the month of June. Now, that more detail in the White House budget includes cuts to the following programs, like cutting HUD by $33 billion, Department of Health and Human Services by $33 billion, the Department of Education by $12 billion, and the National Cancer Institute by $2.7 billion, as well as cutting the NIH budget almost in half, as well as making cuts to programs like WIC, Women, Infant, and Children. Now, where do we stand in the whole federal budget conversation? Well, the White House plans to send Congress a separate request next week to claw back about $9 billion in funds that lawmakers previously authorized. Meanwhile, the Senate is now back in session and taking up that House budget bill for deliberation. Several Republican senators have already said the bill needs significant changes before they will vote for it. And with the input from the White House and other agencies, they hope to have all of these conversations wrapped up by the 4th of July. We'll keep you posted. In the meantime, you can read more detail on the White House budget. We link to it in the description below.